Hi there, folks. It's Jonathan Denwood here. And in this video, I'm going to be discussing the best membership platforms if you're a creator. Have you got audience on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and you're trying to turn that into community or with added value around subscription? A lot of creators are doing this. They've been very successful, but choosing the right platform is important. Got a ton of knowledge and information to share with you. I'll be back in a few moments, folks. And coming back, folks. So you're a creator, you've built a bit of a following, you want to move the business on, and you want a subscription-based, membership-based model, but you're looking for the right platform. I almost went over there, but is the important subject. So, what are some of the key things you got to know? Well, I kind of place it into two buckets here, folks. There's WordPress, and which runs between 40 and 45% of all websites, and there's a good reason why. And there's some fabulous plugins that allow you to run a membership stroke subscription with enormous flexibility and ownership and all the benefits you get from WordPress. And then there's SaaS models, software as a service, slightly easier to set up, offers a more integrated interface, lack ownership, limited in what you can do on the platform, but they clearly have strengths and weaknesses in different areas. And the SaaS platforms are targeted at different niches, but we're going to go through the main ones here. So let's start off with WordPress. If you're looking at WordPress, I think a really great solution is Lifter LMS. Comes with its own subscription engine, comes with a free version that's really powerful, and with a cost of $150 per year, you can actually take Stripe subscriptions, and with a modern page builder and some reasonable hosting, you can start you can build your subscription straight membership, and you can then promote it on your social media platform of choice. It's a great solution. Let's go on to the software as a service, a SaaS. Let's look at one of the leaders. That's Kajabi. Kajabi is really excellent. As this creator that is moving, or let's say you've started some subscriptions using YouTube, and then you moved to Patreon, but you want a more community, more educational stroke platform. And also you don't like the cut that Patreon is squeezing out of you. They want about it works out around 20% when they've got kind of two fee structure, and you do end up paying around 20% to them, and that's quite high, folks. So you want to move the business on, and you want to offer more than what Patreon can offer. So Kajabi, if you're one of those, Kajabi is a great solution. That they promote it as being very easy to set up. I would disagree with that a little bit because it really depends on your experience on building websites, being, looking after a website, being the owner and updating it. It's multifaceted. It does have a good selection of website themes, and the page editor that built in is effective. The themes that they provide natively are limited. It does have a robust marketing automation, video hosting. and it's got a good interface, and they do provide a lot of excellent documentation. The problem with it is it's pricey, basically. They've got a plan which they call their Kickstarter, which if you're paying month to month is $89. It's not cut down, but they've put very tight usage requirements around that plan. The next plan up, which used to be their starter plan, which they call their basic plan, month to month, it's $149. But the restrictions are much more generous on that plan. And I think the bulk of people are going to end up on the basic or the next plan up, to be truthful about it. Now, if you're looking back onto WordPress, another one that I really like is Tutor LMS. It's got one of the most modern back-end interfaces, UX designs. It's got a lot of functionality. All the WordPress solutions are, when it comes to the fundamental functionality, they're very similar. But the UX and usability of Tutor LMS is one of the best. The only thing is it's requires WooCommerce, which Lifter LMS doesn't. Like I say, Lifter LMS has its own subscription engine built in, and at a cost of $150 a year, you can take subscriptions, and it's the most easiest way to go on WordPress. With Tutor, it's a great system, but you're going to need WooCommerce, and that just adds a slight more level of complexity to it, put it that way. When it comes to SaaS, something that's very different to Kajabi and much easier is Podia. It doesn't provide all the swings and roundabouts of Kajabi, but it's much easier to set up, in my opinion. It does provide a website. Its editor, I don't think, is as good as Kajabi. Its marketing automation isn't as effective as Kajabi, but it's a lot more simpler to set up. So it definitely has a lot of strengths, folks. And I think compared to something like Teachable or Thinkific, it's much better value, right? Now, their lower plan is around $39 a month, but what you got to be aware, they are charging you a transactional fee on top of the Stripe fee. Almost all the WordPress and almost all, um, including Kajabi, and they're going to charge what Stripe charges, which is normally around 2.9%. But with this basic plan with Podio, you got the 2.9, but then they charge another 5% on top. It's still a lot cheaper than Patreon, a lot cheaper, but be aware of that on that basic 39 plan. Now, they've got another plan up, and if you can afford it and you like Podia, that's the one I would go with, which is $89 a month. So it compares to the Kajabi Kickstarter plan, but there is no transactional fee, and you get more functionality, not a lot more than the starter plan. But if you can, I think that's the plan to go with, because I just don't like this 5% business, folks. Another solution that is good on membership, but it's more focused around community, which is a mixture of a kind of WordPress, not WordPress, a Facebook group environment with a forum built into one platform, and that's Mighty Networks. It enables you to have these elements plus the membership. Plus, they provide an app which has all their branding over it, but the price does start at $39, and it doesn't have all the swings and roundabouts when it comes to marketing automation as Kajabi. it's not a bad platform. The only problem, in my opinion, is the interface of the three SASs that I've talked about. It has a very, it, they've done work on it, but in my opinion, it's still a rather clumsy back-end interface. And I think it's a bit confusing, in my opinion. Others would have a different point of view, but that's my honest opinion. Yeah. Um, and the last one I'm going to talk about that came on my radar a couple of weeks ago, folks, and I did a separate video and a post on it, is Uniscreen. Um, it is really focused at the creator. Um, it its starting price is around that 89. It's a $89. The next one up is at $499. But you've got to understand they provide a full featured app for iOS and Android. And what I mean by a full featured app is that they will do it at that monthly price and it will be white labeled, i.e., it will have your branding. Now, something like Mighty Networks, they do offer a white labeled app, but they want to charge you in the tens of thousands of dollars to develop it. Now, obviously with Uniscreen, they it will be white labeled and they do have a library of functions that they will do for you. But if you're outside what their standard white labeled app will do, they will customize it, but you're then into a bespoke custom price, folks. But what they're offering for 499 a month is not bad value, folks. I could go on. I've written an article, you find that in the video description, where I go into even more options, but I want to keep this video to a reasonable length. Hopefully you found this useful. If you have, give us a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. That really does help me, encourages me to make more of these videos, which is a win-win for both of us. I'll see you soon, folks. Bye.